Hello, Michael Tracy here. We are at Glendale Community College in Glendale, California, where Congressman Adam Schiff, Democrat of California, is slated to hold a town hall meeting shortly. The topic is refugee resettlement and the curtailments that have been placed on that program by President Trump. As you can see, the venue in here is packed to capacity. There's an overflow room with many hundreds of additional people who have come out tonight on a Friday night, which should, I think, indicate that interest in this subject is high. Hopefully we'll get to speak to the congressman at some point. If not, we will get a flavor of the proceedings. So let's see what happens.
Tonight, the focus of our panel is on the executive order on the Muslim ban, which is, I guess, we're not allowed to call it a Muslim ban or a ban, except when they call it a ban or they call it a Muslim ban. But let's face it, it's an effort to exclude people on the basis of their faith. It is wrong-headed, it is unconstitutional, and for a nation that was founded by people who came here seeking religious liberty, it is deeply antithetical to what the whole country is about. I spend much of my day as the ranking member on the Intelligence Committee examining the threats that face the country from all over. And the refugees are not where the threat comes from.
We got an order saying that he should not be deported. Well, while he was held in interrogation, he was forced to revoke the visa that he had obtained. And he immediately regretted it. And so they tried to put him on a plane and send him to Dubai. He refused, so they physically picked him up and put him on a plane to Dubai. By the time we got to the airport with the order saying that he should not be deported, he had already left about 45 minutes earlier. We went back to court, and we argued that the federal government had wrongfully executed his deportation, that the only way to right this wrong was for the federal government to bring him back. They argued in court that there was no need to bring him back because he had voluntarily relinquished his visa. The judge didn't buy it for a second, and she ordered his return. By Wednesday of that week, he was reunited with his family. And I have to say, I've seen a lot of things, but seeing the reunion at the airport that day, when there were activists and protesters who broke out in "This land is your land," I've never seen anything quite like it. It was one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life.
My community has gone through a lot of psychological trauma and difficulty, and I want to tell each of you that your presence here, your presence at LAX, your presence at the Women's March is a healing presence for all members of the American Muslim community, and it means a lot.
I just wanted to ask, how is the investigation into Russia connection?
Clearly, the Russians wanted to disrupt our elections. They wanted to take down American democracy. You could not design a better candidate president for Russian purposes than Donald Trump. You really can't. And there's no denying, of course, the very unilateral nature of the hacks and the dumping of information, all designed to hurt Hillary and to help Donald Trump.
Where are the lines where Congress says we have to do something that is non-normative to stop a man who continues to reject all norms?
We need to do a thorough investigation, obviously, of what the Russians did, and whether they had any help, and whether there was any complicity. And we need to follow the evidence wherever it goes. I'm feeling much more comfortable, frankly, if this responsibility were shared with an independent commission, we're taking pushing as far as I can, not only for the formation of this commission, but until that commission is formed, for us to do as thorough thorough, objective, and ruthless and relentless investigation as we can do.
Congressman Adam Schiff's town hall here in Glendale, California has just wrapped up. I tried to ask him a question on his way out. Tonight's topic ostensibly was refugees and what can be done to safeguard refugees. And Congressman Adam Schiff has been one of the leading and most steadfast supporters of a policy which has led to the creation of additional refugees in Yemen. So the Saudi bombardment of Yemen, which has been going on since March of 2015, has created a humanitarian crisis of historic proportions, literally. And the only reason that the Saudis have been able to carry out that bombardment, which has been an utter disaster, is because of the support of American politicians like Congressman Adam Schiff. So naturally, because tonight's topic was refugees and what can be done to protect them and give them safe passage, because as we all know, Trump's travel ban, so-called, has prevented many of them from coming in the recent past. I wanted to know why Congressman Schiff has directly led to the creation of additional refugees, but he wouldn't answer my question. Tonight's topic was about refugees, but you've supported a policy that's created additional refugees in Yemen. Congressman, will you renounce the policy of supporting the Saudi bombardment of Yemen? Congressman, you've supported a policy which has created additional refugees. Why? Again, although the topic of this town hall was supposed to be refugees, constituents and Schiff himself couldn't help but rant about Russia over and over and over again. Okay? That's what people were standing up and calling him to comment on. Somebody cried out for impeachment, and then Schiff went on a spiel about how the prospective investigation by the Congress of Trump's supposed ties to Russia could eventually lead to impeachment. So this has become an obsession. This has been what huge swaths of the most activated Democratic Party base is fixated on. And I'm just not sure for myself if that is the best strategy going forward. It seems to have failed in the past. I would predict that it'll fail going forward. So that's my takeaway. I'm going to be going to more of these town hall meetings and assessing the climate. So let me know what you think.